Yo, yo, yo. What's the deal, family? Let's see. I was talking to a buddy of mine. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was just messing with him, and we seen some, snowflakes or whatever, and and we be just having innocent fun, and we joked about it. And I said, "Man, Dr. Umar gonna pop out right now," and I said, "He gonna pop out right now and get me." He would have got me right now. And my homie said, yeah, he would have got me too. My homie, I want to say he's like 55. He's an older gentleman, but well put together, very well put together. He just retired. Congratulations to him after working at his job for 28 years. But he the one mentioned Dr. Umar amongst the Shannon Sharpe thing, and I was like, oh my God, like, I love Dr. Umar. How could I not think of Dr. Umar in this situation? And he was telling me like what Dr. Umar was saying, referring to Shannon Sharpe. So I seen a clip of it yesterday, this video right here on I seen that channel before. I want to get it, the Art of Dialogue, okay. And I seen a clip of that yesterday, so I want to play it and see what he's saying on there. Wow, this one is 45 minutes long. Okay, we're gonna play this.
I went from $4,700 to $58,000, and Case Connect is the reason. Hey guys, my name is Chad. Last September, my entire life changed in an instant.
I said I was gonna get YouTube Red, but I don't have no electronic money right now, so I'm gonna have to get that situated.
How you feel about Shannon Sharpe,
something
him
like
getting
that.
sued for $50 million by a white girl, a 19-year-old white girl?
It's interesting, Art, because last week I was at FDMG Academy doing some walkthroughs with some potential floor contractors, because we still have to get the floors covered up. The concrete where we remove the rugs, that has to be covered up with tile. And so I'm in Wilmington, Delaware, outside of the school, and all of a sudden, my phone started going off. It started going off. I don't know if this was Monday or Tuesday, because Tony Busby, the attorney representing the alleged victim, Gabriella Zuniga, or should we call her Gabriella I Love to Sue Ninjas, but that case
Gabriella,
was entered in.
Hold on, man. Hey, I love Dr. Umar. He's so funny, man. Hold on. Dang. Okay, get back into this. Let's start it over. Move it back a little bit.
Or should we call, or Tuesday, because Tony Busby, the attorney representing the alleged victim, Gabriella Zuniga, or should we call her Gabriella I Love to Sue Ninjas, but that case was entered into court Sunday, a week from yesterday. And so I think I was at the school on Monday. It must have been, Art, Monday or Tuesday. And so my phone is going off, and I'm getting all these texts. Shannon Sharpe has been snow bunny. Shannon Sharpe has been snow bunny. Dr. Umar, Shannon is being accused of the unthinkable. And it bothered me because, as you know, me and Shannon Sharpe have had some back and forths over the internet, never directly, but obviously
really?
Speaking to him and him speaking.
So they had some back and forths over the internet. Wonder what's that all about?
Speaking to me about, his position that he don't date black women and that he prefers Caucasians. And of course, being who I am, respecting all women, no matter what the color, but I believe black men need to be with black women. And given the fact that Sean Puffy Combs finds himself in a situation he's in, and R. Kelly finds himself in a situation he's in, and Bill Cosby finds himself in a situation he's in, and of course, Sean Carter freeing himself from false allegations that Tony Busby had lodged against him, you would think that in the aftermath of all of these sex assault cases that's going on, that Shannon Sharpe or any black male celebrity for that matter will conduct themselves in a more responsible manner. So I'm not here to beat a man when he's down, obviously, because as I've made it clear on social media, okay, to the disappointment of many, I stand with Shannon Sharpe. And I stand with Shannon Sharpe on art for one reason and one reason only. And that is because what he did in having a relationship with a 19-year-old snow bunny is not illegal. And so dealing with the American court system, morals has no place in it. Morals have no place in American law. If it did, we would have never been enslaved. So in a court of law, it's about whether you broke the law. It's not about whether what you did was right or wrong. And so I'm standing with Shannon Sharpe because I don't want to see his life destroyed like Puff, like Kelly, like they tried to do to Carter, like they've done to Cosby. I don't want to see this happen to another man. And because she was not legally a child, although too young for nearly all of us to feel comfortable with the.
That's right. I'm not passing no judgment on nobody, but a broad telling me she 19, it's no play for me. You know, there's no play. That's a flag on the play. I ain't got nothing to say. You know, I'm talking about not say about the situation. I'm talking about I ain't got nothing else to say to her. Other, you know, for as like in that direction, I might engage in conversation because I'm a great conversationalist. You know, I'm a cold caller. You know, I can talk to anybody. But yeah, for as us having some type of dealings, not never. Once that age, if that age bracket is just a teen behind it, bro. If it's in the 20s, I don't even want to talk. I pass you on. I got a friend that's 32. You know,
man of his age dating her, it was not against the law for him to be with this 19-year-old. So what do we know about this situation? According to Gabriella Zuniga, she met Shannon Sharpe at a gym in Los Angeles approximately 2 years ago, 2023. Now, Shannon alleges that he tried to present her with an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, which every celebrity should require from anyone they engage with. Well, guess what, Art? She decides she's not going to sign the NDA. That right there was a warning to Shannon Sharpe that this 19-year-old, who you shouldn't be dating anyway because of her age, because of her race, you
that's
need
right,
to end
because of
this.
her age.
If she don't want to sign an NDA dating a celebrity, you know what that means. That means if this doesn't go her way, she's going to expose you. Shannon Sharpe should have ended it right there. The problem was she fit his type. Obviously, Uncle Shay Shay, he likes Caucasian women, as we all know, and he likes them very skinny, which I didn't know. And the reason I'm saying that is the pictures that are floating around the internet on Gabrielle Asu Ninjas is the pictures of a
Gabrielle Asu Ninjas.
very petite Caucasian woman who, not being disrespectful when I say this, appears to be built like a 13, 14, 15-year-old child. She doesn't appear to be developed like a woman. She doesn't appear to be a woman who's in childbearing age. There's no curves on that body. There's no lumps on that body. And according to her,
I'm sorry. Man, Arthur Umar, he says no curves on that body. There's no lumps on that body.
allegedly, Shannon Sharpe told her that if she would lose enough weight for him, he would buy her some artificial breasts. Now, that's very puzzling to me, Art, because she's already extra skinny, extra petite, no booty, no breasts, no nothing. Why would you want her to lose any more weight? So from that, we can gather that Shannon Sharpe's type.
He told her to lose weight. I haven't seen her figure in depth like this. From what I've seen, it looked like she it didn't look like she didn't have no curves.
Is an extra pair.
But I know they do. Girls make their picture seem more enhanced by standing certain ways and having the camera closer. Or you can go on, a filter. And I seen Kim K and them back in the day do it, where they made their waist skinnier. You know what I'm saying? And their hips out. It was I forgot what they called the picture when they did that. Oh man! But Khloe Kardashian was talking about it all the time. I mean, for a little moment. Enhanced. I think it was enhanced pictures. Like the pictures was enhanced, if I'm not mistaken.
Extra skinny Caucasian. He definitely don't like them 5'5" thick in the thighs like Dr. Umar. He don't want butter almond. He don't want butter pecan. He don't want fudge, cinnamon, mahogany. He don't even want African vanilla, African butterscotch, African lemonade. He wants some pale and skinny. I want them brown chocolate and curvy. So anyway, they engage in this BDSM relationship. It appears that both of them allegedly are sadomasochistic. They are into BDSM behavior. Bondage, domination, submission, and humiliation. That's what BDSM means. Now, some people are asking the question, Art, why didn't Shannon find someone a little older? Why didn't Shannon, with his money and his fame, find an older white woman or older black woman, even if you went with your 30s, even if you went with your 20s? Why didn't Shannon, with his money and fame, get a woman who was a little bit more mature? I'm going to tell you why I think he didn't get a woman who was a little bit more mature, Art. Number one, he's not interested in women who are a little bit more mature. But also, Art, you and I know that if you get you a sophisticated black woman, and I'm assuming it's the same for the Snow Bunny Mafia, but if you get you a sophisticated black woman, she ain't going to be doing all that freaked out stuff early on in the relationship. You're going to have to earn that if you get it at all, if you understand what I'm saying. Ain't no black woman I know, not no black woman of respect, whether she's a celebrity or regular working class sister with a 9-to-5 trying to make ends meet. She is not going to be engaging in BDSM behavior unless you put a ring on it. You're either going to put a ring on it or you're going to pay her up front. And it appears that in Shannon's relationship with Gabriella, he wasn't taking care of her financially, Art. It does not appear that he was taking care of the Snow Bunny financially, because if he was, why are there texts of her asking him for $10,000? If you are a multi-millionaire celebrity, king of the black podcast amongst the celebrities, you on, News One, you're on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, you on ESPN, Fox, used to be on Fox Sports, whatever the case may be, you got money. Why is your side piece, your jump off, why are you not taking care of her? He broke the first rule of being a player as a celebrity. You keep them happy so they don't destroy you. You keep them happy so they don't expose you. And he was not taking care of her financially. That was a big mistake. But she was okay with that, Art. Why? because it appears that Gabriella allegedly was looking forward to having Shannon Sharpe's baby. She kept talking about getting pregnant. And then Uncle Shay Shay made another mistake because he says to her in the text message, if I still F with you around my birthday, if I still F with you around my birthday, you can remove the IUD. So Art, he's having unprotected sex with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model. Illegal? No.
3 signs your car accident is worth major compensation. If you've been in a car accident recently, there are 3 critical signs that could indicate your case is worth significant compensation, possibly even 6 or 7 figures. Sign number 1, insurance.
So far, you know, he ain't did he do anything wrong for us against the law? No. But is he moving wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely. He moving he way out of pocket. Like Shannon, you know, Shay, you out of pocket. You know, you just ran a foul. Is he giving a black eye to the game? No. You know, it's a lot of guys that mess with the snow bunnies. You know, and he's entitled to. He can do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? That's a prerogative. But just know it's gonna be repercussions when you mess with certain people sometime. And I think that's more what Dr. Umar is focused on, like cutting down those liabilities, the possibility of it coming back in your face for us. It was, you knew it was a liability. You knew you was taking a risk. You knew, you know, it was some type of resistance there. It was some type of, you know what I mean, that it could turn into something potentially that could hurt your image or something that you didn't want to get out. And it didn't turn into that. And I think Dr. Umar's whole plight is to eliminate those possibilities. But now we here and it happened. You know what I mean? And Shannon Sharpe, you know, he ain't crumble under it. He dealing with it. But I think what Dr. Umar is suggesting is techniques to avoid things like this.
Stupid? Yes. But here's where it gets even more critical, Art. By telling her she can remove her IUD, if you still messing with her around your birthday, you're giving her false hope. You're giving her false hope. And what you're doing, Uncle Shannon Sharpe, is you're turning this from a transactional relationship with benefits, sex for cash, and you're turning this into a legitimate romance. When Shannon told her she can take out the IUD, which automatically implies it's okay for me to get pregnant now, you automatically led this woman into thinking she was going to have a long-term relationship with you that would involve a child. Now, you and I know, Art, that something psychologically and emotionally had to be wrong with her, because why is a 19-year-old OnlyFans snow bunny thinking she's going to get married to or have a baby with Shannon Sharpe? It don't make sense. Why would he give you a baby and have to walk around letting the world know I impregnated someone younger than my own daughters, almost old enough to be my granddaughter? He's not going to do that. For her to think he would tells you that she had the mind of a child. Wishful thinking, imaginary thinking, without a lot of common sense and logic. So let's go further, Art. This whole time she's telling Shannon, I want this big black baby. She says, I always wanted a black baby. Now, time out. Why does a 19-year-old snow bunny says she always wanted a black baby. You always wanted a black baby for what? Because you didn't want a black baby to raise it, because you're not black. Why would you want a black baby given the hell that black people suffer in this country? I believe she was trying to sweet talk him into the pregnancy. I believe she was trying to sweet talk him into the pregnancy. And then when she said, you better get used to it, she texted him, Art, and she said, you better get used to me, because once you put that big black baby in me, you ain't never getting rid of me. She said, you better get used to me, because after you put that big black baby in me, you ain't never getting rid of me. And I think that was the text message that scared Shannon Sharpe. When Shannon got that text message, when she said, after you put that big black baby in me, you ain't never getting rid of me, that's when he knew he was dealing with a psycho. And I think from that...
he said that's why he knew he was dealing with a psycho. I seen something on Say Chiefs with Ja Rule. There you go, right here. Ja Rule says he can't wait to run into certain people. When I seen them, I'm going to show you why I work out and train every day. What is he talking about? Break it down, Dr. Umar. What is going on with this situation with this broad? He's given a great analytical point of view in things that should have triggered Shannon Sharpe to retreat and get as further away from her as he can. But I guess he didn't take heed to the that's just like 95% of humans. We have this human nature in this trigger warning that says something ain't right, or you see the sign like, okay, I need to stop messing with this person. You know what I mean? It's a red flag. You start to put, instead of advancing, you start to put it and go in the rear, like reverse. You start to reverse away from a situation or a person, and it's like Shannon Sharpe and take heed to it. You had all the clues and the triggers, and he might be having these conversations with the ones that's closest to him, like, man, especially Ocho. I know he probably had it with Ocho and Stephen A. Smith, like, man, I knew it. I seen it coming, like, knew she was crazy. And he probably that like that masochistic type of, the S&M shit and what is that bondage. I feel like they Looney Tunes. It's just a matter of time before they crack. And I'm pretty sure they didn't have episodes where they didn't crack before. It's just about when they gonna crack on you, cause you just entered their life. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he had moments where she, cracked and folded, and it was like, oh shit, I ain't dealing with no solid individual. I ain't dealing with no person, no stable. She's a little off balance. And
point forward, he start trying to separate, failing to realize that you didn't do this to no sister. You did this to a privileged white girl, OnlyFans model or not. She is a privileged white girl. What black men need to understand in America, Art, that they still don't understand. It doesn't matter if the white woman is homeless. It doesn't matter if the white woman is strung out on drugs. It doesn't matter if the white woman is a prostitute. It doesn't matter if the Caucasian is an OnlyFans model. She is still a white woman in America. And if she accused you of doing wrong, you will be brought down and disgraced as if you were accused by Hillary Clinton herself. And so Shannon Sharpe, not recognizing the political implications of this private sexual relationship, he gave her the weapons that she could use to destroy him.
I like that.
So first,
I like that. And And that's kind of how it is. Like when they make certain moves, it's like a chess game. When your opponent makes certain moves and you can't see 3-4 steps ahead, it's like, okay, he let me set up. So you giving that person the utensils and the artillery to defeat you, or to put you in a position where it's like, oh hell, I'm down a few pieces. Now I'm vulnerable to attack. I'm subject to a great loss in this chess game. So you got to be careful how you move your pieces. Shannon Sharpe obviously didn't see this attack coming. He probably felt some type of notion that she could be on the brink of it, and he probably was unsure. You know what I mean? He probably was indecisive, like, is she? Nah, I think, and giving her the benefit of the doubt. Why? I don't know. You know what I mean? I ain't in his mind. I haven't sat down and chatted with him, but it was listening to the tapes. It was some trigger warnings that he should have taken heed to, and he didn't protect his pieces. Basically, like he wasn't watching the whole chessboard, and now they didn't set up. She didn't set up the board. Her and Bugsby didn't set up the board to make some critical moves, and it was like, okay, we set up for a good attack. We set up for the check. It might not be checkmate, but let's check him and see if we can get him to move over here and checkmate him. You know what I mean?
Started with, put your black baby gravy in me. And first of all, Art, I don't want us to gloss over the fact that she is objectifying this black baby that she wants to have. Why not just say, I want your baby? Why not just say, I want...
Black baby gravy. Welcome to the world. Hey, man, we got action. As usual with Dr. Umar. Keeps it very...
I want a beautiful baby. Why not just say, I want Shannon Sharpe's baby? No, I want you to put a big black baby in me. She's almost calling him ugly. And she's almost calling the baby ugly too. But what I want black men to understand, not that black is ugly for us, Art, but black is ugly for them. And so what she's doing, she's objectifying this baby even before she's impregnated. And this is important because black men need to understand, Art, that white women don't like us. They fetishize us. White women don't like us. They fetishize us. And the problem with the Negro, the problem with the coon, the problem with these politically unconscious, sexually thirsty black male celebrities, Art, is they can't tell the difference between a white woman who favors you and a white woman who fetishizes you. White women don't favor black men. White women fetishize black
that's
men.
right.
So moving on, Art. Tony Busby is suing Shannon Sharpe in court, Las Vegas, Nevada, Clark County, for his client, Gabriella Zuniga, I sue niggas, on 2 counts.
Hey, he said,
Las Vegas.
He slipped. He didn't say ninjas. Listen to him.
Nevada, Clark County, for his client, Gabriella Zuniga, I sue niggas.
Let me put the closed caption on. Hey, he slipped. Yeah, he slipped. My boy slipped. That's funny.
Busby is suing Shannon Sharpe in court, Las Vegas, Nevada, Clark.
Hold on. Why am I? Let me see. I wanna make it bigger too. I wonder why
County.
Man, hold on. Dang. I'm trying to get. They did it twice. What did he say? Wait. To go into the settings for it. It say click for settings. Quick settings. I don't see it in settings. Oh, there you go. I want to make it bigger. There you go, the font. Let's do it about 100. There we go. Now let's grab it and move it. Wait, let's take this off. Get the font. Ah, it won't go side to side. It'll come over this side. Okay, let's put it over here then. All right, let's get it on. Back it up now. Let's get it on.
So moving on, Art. Tony Busby is suing Shannon Sharpe in court, Las Vegas, Nevada, Clark County, for his client, Gabriella Zuniga, Niggas, on 2 counts of civil violation. Number 1, he's being accused of intentional infliction of emotional distress. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. And number 2, he's being accused of 2 counts of sex assault. So you got intentional infliction of emotional distress and 2 counts of sex assault. Now, check this out, Art. Some people are asking the question whether or not I believe that the white power structure involved itself in this lawsuit. People are asking whether or not I believe the elites of the world put themselves or had some influence on this case, and I believe they did, Art. I'm gonna tell you why. Gabriella allegedly told Shannon, let's back up. She sent Shannon a text, Art, and she said, I need $10,000. She sends Shannon a PayPal link for $10,000. Uncle Shay Shay says, I don't hit the Cash App. I got 10 grand for you when I see you.
I mean, I feel him in that instance. I probably wouldn't hit it. But then again, if this mine, this my breezy, and I mess with you, yeah, I hit the Cash App. Obviously, only reason he wouldn't hit the Cash App cause he don't want no proof that he paying her. Like he don't want no proof of payment. That's the only thing I could see. Only reason what I could see you don't hit the Cash App for her. And that's probably the form in which she wanted it in, because she probably wanted it right then and there. It ain't like I don't imagine her needing it right then and there, but
Gabriella says, I need it now. I'm broke. Uncle.
I ain't see that one coming. But that's why you would ask for, you know what I mean?
Shay Shay said, I'm not sending you no money electronically. 10K when I see you. So guess what she does, Art? Gabriella tells Shannon, take a picture of the 10,000 and text it to me. Guess what she was doing?
What?
Art? When she asked Shannon.
What? That's what they getting all this? Bro, I gotta get, I'm not. He definitely bringing me up to speed. You know what I mean? I can appreciate that. Like, she definitely getting that Shannon in a real way. You know what I'm saying?
Shannon Sharpe to send her a picture of the $10,000. She was setting him up right then. She was setting him up with the 10K. What do I mean, Art? Prostitution is illegal in Clark County, Nevada. Prostitution is illegal in most states. So the reason she wanted Shannon Sharpe to send her a picture of the money so she could have him arrested for solicitation of prostitutions. She plays dirty, brother. She plays dirty. She was lining.
Umar going in. He had a throat. Definitely had it with it. Yeah. He had that thing.
Up her ducks already when she said, send me what black man you know, Art, going to send a 19-year-old OnlyFans Snow Bunny a picture of $10,000? You know what that looks like? It looks like I'm paying you for sex. That's prostitution. Puffy is being accused of that. R. Kelly was convicted of that. And the other thing she tried to get him on, Art, is the Mann Act. The Mann Act is a federal law that makes it illegal to transport women across state lines for purposes of sex. When Shannon Sharpe relocated to Las Vegas from Los Angeles, she followed him. When Shannon Sharpe relocated from California to Nevada, she followed him. If she could show that she was paid to cross state lines to have sex with this ex-NFL superstar, he could be accused of breaking federal law. See, the Mann Act, Art, was created in 1910. And guess why the federal government created the Mann Act? To try to incarcerate the first black heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson. Remember, Jack Johnson was our first popular snow bunny hopper, right? He was the first black man who openly, even before it was acceptable, openly ran around the world with white girls. And so the U.S. Congress, 2 years after he became heavyweight champion of the world, 2 years after Jack Johnson became heavyweight champion of the world, the U.S. Congress created the Mann Act. He became champion in 1907, 1908. They passed the Mann Act in 1910. And by the way, Art, the Mann Act is also known as the White Slave Traffic Act. The White Slave Traffic Act. So she tried to get Shannon Sharpe to send her a picture of the money, Art, so she could get him arrested for prostitution, state charge in Nevada, and so she could get him arrested on the Mann Act, the White Slave Traffic Act, federal crime. She was playing dirty. But Shannon didn't fall for it. So guess what she does? She decides, I'm going to record the next sex act that we have. And when I record the next sex act that we have, I'm going to engineer this, allegedly.
Why are we called Northern Tool and Equipment and not Northern Tool and Tomfoolery? Unlike the big box stores, you get the heavy-duty stuff you want without the lightweight.
Allegedly, I'm going to engineer this to make it look like he SA'd me. So Art, she tapes it, she videos it, and allegedly, this video, the audio, has her telling him to stop. He allegedly doesn't stop. But guess what? When you listen to this, it sounds as if he could very well be continuing.
And they might be role playing. They might, because a lot of nothing. Never mind. I ain't gonna even go there. They could very well be role playing, and she record it and then use it. You see where I'm going with it? I know you could put it together. This is wicked right here.
Because she is a BDSM freak. If you are normally having aggressive sex, Art, if you are normally having bondage and domination in submissive sex, if you are having sadomasochistic sex, how do you know when it's sex and how do you know when it's assault?
That's right. That's right. When you listening to the audio, see, if we not there present physically, it sounded like this whole ordeal was a setup from the start. And I say you got to be careful who you dealing with. This is a chess game right here, and they got him in the corner.
When does the sex stop, and when does the assault begin? And it appears to me, Art, that she didn't have a problem with him sodomizing her. She had a problem with him not using a condom when he did it. But then my question becomes, if y'all were already having unprotected sex for nearly 2 years, why did you need him to wear a condom this time? I'll tell you why she needed him to wear a condom this time, Art, because she was setting him up, as he rightfully said, for the shakedown. For the shakedown. So first of all, Art, she wanted a baby out of Shannon, because for a snow bunny dating a wealthy black man, a baby is financial insurance. for a snow bunny dating a successful black man. The mixed race baby, the big black baby, is my financial insurance. She thought Shannon Sharpe was into her until the infamous Instagram Live scandal. You remember that? When Shannon Sharpe was caught on tape
messing with
banging
another
out
bra.
a snow bunny on Instagram Live. He claimed he didn't put the Instagram Live on. We will never know the story, but that ain't the point. The point, Art, is she was looking for a baby until Shannon cheated on her with the Instagram Live scandal. Everything changed after the Instagram Live, Art. Everything changed. She went from wanting to be a baby mama to being an extortionist. Because after that, it became all about the money. She told Shannon, she said, I know you missed this big, juicy booty. I don't know what booty she talking about, Art, because I didn't see no booty. I saw 2 pale, ashy, extra flat buttermilk biscuits. I don't know what booty she claiming she got. But anyway, she told Shannon, you have to pay me $25,000 for each one of my cheeks. $25K for the left cheek, $25K for the right cheek. Here's the problem with that, Art. If he only needed to pay you 50 grand for your flat cheeks, 50K, how did you end up at 50 million? Art, she said 25K for each cheek. That's only 50 grand. So how did we go from 0 to 100 in a couple weeks? You just wanted 50 grand. But your lawyer, Tony Busby, wants 50 million. Here's why I believe the power structure might be involved, Art. You are not going to convince me that a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, I don't care if she's black, white, brown, yellow, or red, you are not going to convince me that if you off...
This the clip I caught. This the clip I caught. This is gold right here. This is gold when it comes to the Shannon Sharpe situation. Now he said he made a lot of great points, but this is golden right here.
For a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, I don't care if the power structure might be involved, Art.
Golden. This is a golden moment in the debate for what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. Listen to this.
You are not going to convince me that a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, I don't care if she's black, white, brown, yellow, or red, you are not going to convince me that if you offer a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who sells videos of her body for cash apps on the regular, she sells videos and pictures of her body on the internet for cash apps, and she gets offered $10 million to walk away when she only asks for 50 grand. Think about this, Art. She only asks for 50 grand. Shannon Sharpe says, I'm going to give you 10 million to walk away. And she says no. Art, do you know of anybody on OnlyFans? Do you know of any 19-year-old teenager who, if offered 10 million to shut up and go away, when they only wanted 50 grand, do you know of any 19-year-old girl who is not going to take the 10 million?
Anybody taking 10 million?
Thank you. You on OnlyFans. You making money by selling your body, so you clearly not doing too well in these streets. You get offered 10 million and you turn it down? I believe the NFL power structure, or maybe the white media power structure, or maybe the white podcast power structure. It's
somebody behind this. It's somebody definitely pulling the strings that told this girl, no, wait, we got him. He gonna give in. He offered 10 and she say no, and when she only asked for 50.
Shannon Sharpe's upcoming $100 million contract. Somebody was jealous of Shannon Sharpe's upcoming $100 million contract, and they intervened at the level of Tony Busby, or they intervened at the level of Gabriella Azul. One or the other. Because ain't no 19-year-old OnlyFans model turning down no 10K. Somebody wanted Shannon Sharpe embarrassed. Somebody wanted Shannon Sharpe humiliated. Somebody wanted Shannon Sharpe's financial future destroyed. But Shannon Sharpe made a big mistake, Art. He made the same mistake Sean Puffy Combs made. You know what that is? Offering too much money too soon. Remember when we had our last conversation, I said what? Puffy messed up when he offered Cassie that amount of money in less than 24 hours. It makes you look guilty. It makes you look guilty. Shannon Sharpe offered the 19-year-old Snow Bunny $10 million. That was too much money, and it was too soon. And where there's smoke, there's fire. So Tony Busby in the white power structure allegedly stepped in and said, if he can give you 10 that easy, if he can give you 10 that easy. Remember, Shannon was bragging when he was talking about how the Cat Williams interview made him more money than he ever made in the NFL. Remember that, Art?
I remember that.
So he's letting people know that the pockets is kind of heavy. So when he offered Gabriella Asu Ninjas $10 million, they said, oh, we can get a whole lot more than that. The shame of it all, Art, is we don't even know if Shannon going to get the $100 million contract now. I hope he does. I want what's best for my brother. I hope Shannon still gets his $100 million deal. It's hard out here for a black man. But Art, if they suing him for $50 million, what if he don't get the $100 million deal? Think about that. I don't know what he's worth. I don't pocket watch. But let's just say Shannon don't get it, and I hope he does. Knock on.
I love Dr. Umar. I swear I do. I'm finna shift gears. Yeah, a matter of fact, I'm finna end this stream, and it's like he said, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's something going on, something funny, and everybody could. I know everybody could see. I just don't see people sitting there puzzled like, damn, you know, they believe in this shit. It's blatantly, it's evident that it's some tomfoolery behind the scenes going on with Shannon. And with Shannon's situation, dig this. With Shannon's situation, it kind of, okay, back up. Let me back up. No, I'm gonna use Shannon as an example. With Shannon's situation, if you really break down all the parameters and everything that's going on, you know what I mean? All the stuff that's put out, and you can see the tomfoolery, you can see it's something decisive going on. It makes it evident. Now, when you go in reverse to these other individuals, the past ones that Tony Bugsby has got, you know, these bras and came up against, it's like, okay, the situation with Shannon ain't had no legs, but before Shannon, you got Puff. Then after Puff, you go for Jay-Z. Jay-Z's situation ain't got no legs. Then after Jay-Z, you go for Shannon. I went, you know, in the past, and now I'm going forward. But after Puff, they went for Jay-Z. Because obviously, if you look, Jay-Z has been hanging with, like, spending significant, a great amount of time with Jay-Z. I mean, Jay-Z has spent significant amount of time with Puff. So it's only right to go, because people in their right mind gonna speculate. You know what I mean? Because if I'm with somebody, if they're held in this regard, then my friend is gonna be held in the same esteem. So it's only right to say, if they say, hey, Puffy has been doing all this sex trafficking. Well, Jay-Z, he's always with him. He's got to be privy of this. You know, he's always at these parties, so he's got to be privy of this. So what they do, they go find somebody that's willing to make false claims and stand on it for a paycheck, you know, for check day. But when they bring it against my friend, My friend refutes those allegations and shows it's nothing, there. And this thing with my friend don't even last a week. He immediately abolishes these allegations. So after that, then what? A few months later, now we come with another figure, Shannon Sharpe, another big wig, And then when you take everything that's going on and look at all the proof in the burden, it's like Shannon Sharpe's situation really ain't got no legs. It's like his fault. They creating, they trying to get some traction, some momentum, but once he exposed everything, and people say that was the wrong move, but once it's out there and people get to really put it under a microscope, and it's like something ain't right here. Something ain't right. I don't really believe that, player. Like Bugsby, what's going on? Everybody loves. Everybody loves to come to the defense of the little white bunny. But then when you start breaking it down and looking at everything that's provided and is put out there, we see the deception. We see the tomfoolery. Like, your foundation starting to crumble a little, player. So is these real allegations, or is it some, something you trying to put together? And you feel me?
On wood. But if Shannon don't get the 100 mil, Art, and the court award her 50 million, what if he don't even have 50 million? What if he don't even have 50 million? They would have been better, Art, and I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they showed their hand. But they would have been better off waiting until he got his contract. They would have been better off waiting until...
I said that. Because this situation potentially harms. It ain't no potential to it. Actually, it harms that potential contract, because the contract was coming. You know what I mean? All he had to do, it's kind of like Dr. Dre. They made a clause agreement with Dr. Dre. They say, hey, we're gonna give you 2 point whatever billion for the Beats by Dre. Only thing we require in this clause contract is that you don't disclose it to the public. And what he do in a private studio session amongst colleagues and friends, he disclosed, having drinks. He's so happy. Figured this is a celebratory moment. I'm here with friends and colleagues. Let me share this with them. And what does Tyrese do? He goes on a video live on a rant and boast about Dr. Dre making this money, you know what I'm saying? First black billionaire or whatever, and kind of ruins the clause agreement. But the company still goes with it. They say, fuck. They let the cat out the bag, but hell, it's still a great return on our money. Let's do it. But with Shannon Sharpe, it's different. You know what I mean? It ain't like you exposing a contract that's, that's to come and nobody gets hurt. This is different. It's a SA allegation, in play here. So it's different, you know what I mean? And it's a defamation for money. Yeah, it's a defamation, and the penalty is the money. You know what I'm saying?
He had his contract so they could show that he got the money. But you coming in for a cash out before he's even signed the contract. Bad move on their part, but that was good luck for Shannon. Now let me back up a little bit, Art. I got some questions for Tony Busby and Gabriella Zuniga. If I am Shannon Sharpe's attorney, Lanny Davis. If I am Shannon Sharpe's attorney, Lanny Davis, I got some questions, Art. Question number one, Gabriella Zuniga. You claim that Shannon Sharpe was abusive and controlling for the entire 2-year relationship. If Shannon Sharpe was abusive and controlling during the entire 2-year relationship, why did you pack up and follow him to Las Vegas from California? If he was abusing you in Los Angeles, don't you think he would also be abusing you in Las Vegas? So why did you follow an abusive man from one state to another? That don't make no sense. Question number 2. Gabriella Zuniga, you claim that Shannon Sharpe SA'd you twice. October of 2024, January of 2025. You claim allegedly he SA'd you October 2024, January 2025. If he SA'd you in October of 2024, why didn't you call the police? You mean to tell me?
Okay, he backed it up. It might be getting really good here. I'll tell you what. I will check back in on this, and if it's any good parts after this right here, after this 29-minute mark, I will. I want to say I recorded and uploaded, but it's a little different because I'm live streaming right now. But I'm gonna leave this right here, and I might chop it down. But it's some definitely I would recommend this video be watched in its entirety, But I think that it's clearly painted, like the portrait we could see, you know what I mean, from the point of the allegation going public to now. I think it's obvious, you know what I'm saying? And I know people that formulated their own opinions or whatever, and I'm not trying to convince nobody of their own opinion. I'm just giving you the facts. I'm putting it out there. Like if any of these things that Umar is stating is facts, then people need to hear it. If they invested in, or if they fans of Shannon Sharpe, or they curious of like what's going on, and they probably didn't have time to really dissect it or really examine or listen to it. This is a video that should be watched. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about the Dr. Umar video in its entirety. I'm talking about the 29 minutes that I have streamed. It's some great points that Dr. Umar is making on the Shannon Sharpe situation. You know what I mean? And by all means, I'm for Shannon Sharpe. I'm not kicking him down. I mean, kicking him when he's down. You know what I mean? I'm riding with him. He made some decisions, and I done made some wrong decisions. We all have, And but I think this is a shakedown. It's a shakedown. It's obvious. It's a blatant shakedown. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It happens, and I'm glad he put this out there for us all to see. Especially the ones that support him and that's on his side. And I think a lot more individuals need to, jump right on them allegations and show. But I'm going to leave this right here. You know what I mean? It's that O, a.k.a. Lay Low, Main Slide. That was my portion on the Shannon Sharpe situation, according to the Dr. Umar video. And I will be covering it some more as the story develops. So you can expect that from me. But after this, I'm going to be back on the Stephen Perkins situation. It was me and the individual going back and forth in the comments. So I want to kind of show that, you know what I mean? So I'm going to do a live stream covering that next in about 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Just to give you a update on the Stephen Perkins situation with me and this individual that was engaging. it was good. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say it was our comments back and forth was in a disarray, but you know what? I'm gonna say this for that. I'm getting on that right after this.